Welcome back into CBS Sports HQ. Time now to prop it up for the Bengals-Bills AFC Divisional round game, a spot in the conference title game versus the Chiefs at stake. And here to make the picks, two guys who know how to win. The Wizard of Odds, Kenny White, and Sportsline's Mike McClure. Great to see you both. Kenny, start us off here with your top prop play to go over in Bills-Bengals.
Well, I'm looking forward to noon today when this game gets started, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. Buffalo and Cincinnati should be a great shootout with two of the best quarterbacks in football. I'm going to go Josh Allen over 22.5 completions today. His season median last year was 23, so that would work. But this year, a little bit lower because they were such a big favorite. In games, though, where the Bills were a 7-point favorite or less, it happened 6 times. He was 4-2 to the over, and one game landed on 22. So almost 5-1 to the over. So I think he's going to have to throw the ball a lot today. It's a good chance Joe Burrow keeps his team in the game and maybe even has the lead for Cincinnati at one point.
I love it, Kenny. I've actually already played that prop myself. As far as my over here, I'm going to go to Stefon Diggs. It's very correlated to your Josh Allen play. Look, Diggs, this is a big number at 6.5 receptions, but I like it. He's hit 7 in each of the last 2 games. Go back and look at one of the other comparable games to this season. That was when they played the Kansas City Chiefs. Easily smashed this number. What we should see is a competitive game where Josh Allen absolutely leans on his number 1 wide receiver. The reason I like it, though, in this particular spot at home, he hits this in many of the game scripts, winning likely due to Josh Allen to Stefon Diggs combination. If they find themselves in a trailing game script, it's certainly going to be hit Stefon Diggs with targets. Let's go over 6.5 receptions at plus 110.
The two very likable props there from two guys who should connect a number of times in this game. So, Mike, who do you have as your top prop play to go under the total here?
You know, this one's not going to be fun, Jeremy, but it's Jamar Chase under 84.5 receiving yards. It is a big number. Chase is a player who obviously has the upside to grab this basically on 2 catches, right? However, he's really only gone over this number 6 times. He's landed on it exactly once at 84. We typically expect a number in this particular spot to be around 77, 78 yards. I think the line is simply inflated here. This matchup is where I think Cincinnati's offensive line issues are going to come into play, especially if we see the rain transitioning to snow. If we see more rain than snow, that's where it's going to impact the offense even more. I'm going to fade Jamar Chase. Let's go under the big number of 84.5.
I'm going Joe Mixon under receiving and rushing yards today. That number at 78.5 now. The season median for him was just 74. So the entire season body of work was less than this number last week. He's also a little banged up. I don't think he's 100%. Missed some games late in the year. Has come back. Has not gotten the same amount of touches as he did early in the season against Baltimore last week. 11 rushes, 39 yards, 3 catches, 17 for 56 total yards. Now he's up against the number 5 Buffalo defense. I just don't think Joe Mixon gets it done today.
Yeah, one of those things we didn't necessarily talk about was the fact that there is weather there. I mean, a high of 35 degrees today in Orchard Park, and they are expecting precipitation throughout the game. All right, finish this off with a same-game parlay play, Kenny.
Yeah, the cold's not going to bother these quarterbacks. They're going to go up and down the field, and there's going to be no wind, so that's the biggest key. These guys will be fine. I'm going with the game over the total. Love it over 49. I think you can get 48.5 now. Josh Allen over his completions. Allen over 1.5 touchdowns. And Joe Burrow over 1.5 touchdowns. If both throw more than 1.5 touchdowns, it better go over 49.
I agree with you on that one, Kenny. And I've also isolated Josh Allen over 1.5 touchdowns. I'm going to pair it with Stefon Diggs over 6.5 receptions. I'm going to add the Bills' money line in here. I think they get it done on their home field, force that neutral site game in Atlanta, and then Jamar Chase under 84.5 receiving yards, plus 650 when you wrap those all together.
Wizard of Odds, Kenny White, Sportsline's Mike McClure giving us some playoff prop plays for Bengals-Bills. Let's recap the picks. First of all, as you take a look at what Kenny likes here in terms of over 49 points, Joe Burrow over 1.5 passing touchdowns. These are the parlays. Josh Allen over 1.5 passing touchdowns, and then Allen over his completion total. Mike likes Bills money line. Josh Allen to go over the pass TDs as well. Stefon Diggs, his prop play to go over the 6.5 reception yards, but he's taking Jamar Chase to go under 84.5 receiving yards. Just a reminder, that game, Bills-Bengals, will be available for you on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.